Welcome to Emilak Online Tutorial. Now let us look at this PRA question. And it says that a plane flies due east for 50 kilometers, then turns and fly due south for 120 kilometers. How far is it now from the starting point? Now here are the things we need to take note of. First of all, the plane flies due east, and the distance, and flies due south for 120 kilometers. Now let us start. Now first of all, in terms of bearing, always draw your cardinal points. Okay, now this is our north, this is our south, our west, and our east. Now the question says due east. Due east means he traveled straight eastward. So, which means the plane started here because it's the starting point and travels eastward, due east. Okay, now that's it. And for, let's say 50, so for 50 kilometers. So at this point, let us assume here. Now we will now draw our cardinal point again. The reason why we are doing that is to ensure that at every point in time, there is always what? A cardinal point. So, then flies due south. Okay, it turns. Now it turns and flies due south, which means it went southward without deviating. So, which means at 120. So, okay, now take note that 120 will be longer than 50. Okay, so here we have 120. Okay, now let's assume that here is the point and here's another cardinal point. Okay, now how far is it now, because this is where it is now, okay, from its starting point. Take note, this is starting point, start. Okay, so how far is it? So we have to draw our distance from here down here. Now if you take a look at this, it's more or less like a right angle triangle. Yeah, a right angle triangle. And if you take a look at, since it is right angle triangle, it means we need to apply the Pythagorean theorem. And if we want to rearrange it, we can just put it this way. Now this angle 90 is here. Okay, now this, which is the opposite, is here, 120. Okay, let me see, let me withdraw this. Then our 50, which is the adjacent. So we have to find x here. So we have to apply the Pythagorean theorem. So, and for the Pythagorean theorem, the hypotenuse squared equals to the sum of the other squares, which is the opposite and the adjacent. Okay, so for the hypotenuse, that's what we're looking for, which is what? X squared. Then opposite is 120 all squared, then plus adjacent, which is 50. So here we have x squared equals, now 120 squared, but since you just have 12 and 0, now 12 squared is what? 144, 144, then 0 just twice, then plus 25 2 times, that will be 20. I mean, sorry, 5 2 times, that will give us 25. Then 0 twice. Okay, since they are squared. Now when you add them together, now this should give us 16900. Okay, now let us find the square root, because we need to find x and not x squared. So in this case, square root both sides. Okay, by doing that, then x will give us, now ideally we should to have plus or minus here, but no distance will give you minus. Okay, so in that case we have, now the square root of 169, you can just split it, it will become 169 then times 100. Now the square root of 169 is 13, and the square root of 100 is 10. So at the end of the day, we have what? 130 kilometers. as the distance. Thank you and God bless you.